My name is Frank Rossini, and today we want to discuss Frenchman's newest game, tanque, how it's organized, how it's played and scored. We also want to say a few words about fundamental tactics and strategy, and demonstrate some basic throws. Tanque is the French version of bocce, but there are significant differences. Bocce is essentially a bowling game where the balls are rolled along the ground. In tanque, there are no formal court structures. As in bocce, there is no sidewall, no back wall. Indeed, tanque can be played on almost any open, flat area. In France, for example, tanque is played in public squares or on the pathways of public parks. Here at Frenchman's, we're very fortunate indeed to have an area which is specifically dedicated to the playing of tanque. Tanque is played by two teams. Teams may consist of 1, 2, 3, or 4 players. In singles and doubles, each player is allotted 3 balls. In triples and quads, each player gets 2 balls. The first round begins with the team winning the toss of a coin, inscribing a circle of approximately 20 inches in diameter in the ground. Standing in that circle, throwing the object ball, or jack, known in French as the cochonnet, to a distance of between 6 and 10 meters, or approximately 18 to 33 feet. The player throwing the jack, then still standing in that same circle, throws out the first of his team's balls or boules, trying to get it as close as he can to the jack. A player from the opposing team then enters the circle and throws out one of his team's boules, trying to get it closer to the jack than the first team. The team which is closest to the jack is said to have the point. The team which does not have the point continues to throw its boules until either it gets closer to the jack or it runs out of boules. After both teams have exhausted all of their balls at the end of the round, it's then scored. If the balls are in this configuration at the end of the round, Team Gold gets 1 point because its boule is closest to the jack, even though Team Silver has a boule that's closer than any of the others to the jack. Silver gets no points. Only the team with the boule that is closest to the jack can score in that round. If the teams were in this configuration, Gold would get 2 points, and so forth. But once again, Silver would get nothing. At the end of the first round, the winning team then draws a 20-inch circle around the jack in its last position, and the game continues as before, with a player from the winning team taking the jack and throwing it a distance of between 6 and 10 meters. As the game continues, each team accumulates points until one team reaches 13, the winning number. Boules may be thrown any way the player prefers, underarm, sidearm, but the best and traditional way of throwing the boule is with the palm down, an upward swing of the arm ending with an upward flick of the wrist, imparting backspin, which maximizes the player's control of the boule. Right-handed players may also find it useful to place the right foot slightly in front of the left when throwing. This gets the right hip out of the way as the arm swings up, maximizing control. Left-handed players, the reverse is true. A word about pointing and shooting. A player will generally throw the boule with one of 2 objectives. Either he will throw the boule in an effort to get it close to the jack, and that's called pointing, or he will throw the boule in an effort to hit his opponent's boule, knock it away from the jack. That's shooting. As a matter of basic strategy, pointers will go first and shooters are held in reserve. There are 2 basic considerations in throwing the jack. First, you want to throw the jack to an area, location, or distance at which your shooters are most comfortable. Secondly, you want to try to disorient the opposition by throwing the jack to a new and different location. Alternate long and short shots. The throwing of the boule also has two fundamental considerations. The first, the French expression is boule devant, boule d'argent. A boule in front of the jack is a money ball. A boule in front of the jack blocks your adversary from getting close, and it also affords you the opportunity, if it's hit, to move even closer to the jack. Finally, if you're down to one ball, one boule, don't shoot it. Rather, try to limit the damage by getting as close as you can to the jack by pointing your last boule. Well, that's our introduction to pétanque. We hope you will join us some afternoon at 4 o'clock to try your hand at this wonderfully challenging and exciting game. Until then, à la prochaine, à bientôt, à tout à l'heure, au revoir, and ciao.